welcome back to Thailand. Welcome back to me, Triple Thai. Sorry, Cap. Sorry, One Sao here in Thailand. Good afternoon, and it's the late afternoon. It's probably one of the latest videos I've ever done, really. And it's done for a couple of reasons, really. I've been being busy, but also we've had a spot of rain, and just had a bit of a shower then, a 20-second shower. It's really strange over here when the rain comes. It either A comes poof, like it did yesterday afternoon, or B, for instance, you'll get a shower, and the shower could be literally 20 seconds. Or, for instance, and it'll be raining. We've got a bit of a tin roof here because it's the extension where I am, and out the front there, what's it called? It'd be raining here. You'd be here on top, just like you just had about 10 seconds ago, or about a minute ago, and then. Out the front there, for instance, you wouldn't notice it was raining in any way whatsoever. It's just really, really strange. And it's really, really strange. And so we can have some pretty bad thunderstorms, but sometimes not. Anyway, so what have we done there? So welcome back to me. Welcome back to Triple Thai. For instance, busy weekend we got ahead of ourselves, and kind of stretched, as it were. What's the goal of trying to get videos out or trying to find out and get information from the managers and from the what's going on this weekend, etc., with the men and the ladies. And so for instance, we've got two massive games, which games are both on the same day. But I'm going to have to go from the ladies, watching the ladies win the League Cup, etc. What's to go to the men hopefully beating Brighton. And bit of news. Anyway, so for instance, before I dive in, so I'm going to do half the ladies, half the men. For instance, with what information I've got, because it's like it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. No, 5:15 in the afternoon here in Thailand. So I think it's about 9-10 o'clock in the for instance 10-11 o'clock UK time. So for instance, but Pep doesn't speak till late, and the information coming out of City, for instance, has been quite quiet really, which has seen a couple of photos of the guys training. Last week, for instance, it was all full on, etc. with training, etc. all hyped up, but we haven't seen much about the training and who's fit. We haven't really got information from City, really. So it's been really, really quiet, which is really strange. So I've been focused on them across the, in Salford. So they're still consistent, and then they won yesterday. Oh my God, tears. Oh no. We're gonna win the league. Oh, I've avoided the radio for all day today, for instance. But it's nice to see that some United fans have been listening to, for instance, are still very sceptical about this whole thing. And they don't like the stadium, they don't like the circus tent, they don't like the free pikes. Someone actually said, well, you're going to cost £2 billion. How much money for these big, tall spikes? They look stupid. They really look stupid. It's supposed to represent the trident, it just looks stupid, and it's just pointless. It just looks like a circus tent with the things coming out on the top. I'm sorry, you can't turn around and say it doesn't. And also, when's it going to get underway? Well, depending on the government, and when the government, are going to start regenerating the area. And when the government does things, etc., it doesn't actually do things quickly. So, and it's planning permission, etc. So, even though they started putting unlike City, was it go with the ladies and the men, for instance, the development in the men's. For instance, and the Etihad Stadium, etc. development, which is in shovels are in the ground, etc., and it's cracking on. They've still got to talk about consultations. They've still got proposals and blah blah blah. And who's going to pay for it and everything like that. So it might not even take. It might take 5 years. In 2032, they'll talk about or trying to get it. I don't know, stupid. It's just the whole thing is just pie in the sky, really. How can you claim poverty 1 minute and then say, for instance, you're going to build this 100,000-seat circus tent in Trafford, etc. For instance, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. But it's nice to see some United fans actually pushing back on it and going, I'm not quite buying this yet at the moment. So, and of course, the usual, look at this. Anyway, so moving on. But yeah, the only thing we've heard from what's it called City the last 24 hours was about Jack Grealish not being involved in the England squad. Really felt like he care. I'm sure he cares to Jack Grealish, but for instance, again, he was determined to get his place back. For instance, started off the pre-season well, and he's got injuries, and he's come back, and he's got injured, come back, got injured, and that's his been season. So we'll see what happens with Jack at the end of the season. So it doesn't look good for Jack. It's a shame, really, because we all like Jack. You know, he gets ripped over the coals for having a pint in a bar. You know, for God's sake, he's got a life, hasn't he? For instance, and yeah, so you know, he's not, you know, you can't have a drink because he's not performing on the pitch. Rubbish. So yeah, yeah, and the other business is about LB did a chat about Chevrolet, what's it called, the French goalkeeper. For instance, because he's convinced now that Edison's leaving. I still don't know. I'm not still not sure. It's all right saying he's going to Saudi. Somebody needs to come in for him in the beginning to say that he's going to go, for instance. And you know, and if he's going for the money, then okay, fair enough. What's the go? But I think he'll waste his career. His career will end. Okay, but he'll get a lot of money. So what's the go? But yeah, but again, for instance, I see a lot of players going to Saudi Arabia, for instance, and having massive regrets and coming back. Anyway, so but let's move on from. But that's about it. Other than that, haven't really heard much about the game, about the about City, about the first team squad. For instance, how it's getting on. But I think I listened to a few people, and we're talking about. Uh, for instance, yeah. So, for instance, but picking up some information from what I've read I read and listened to so far. But I've made a few notes. Man City is still coping about Rodri, of course, Nathan Ake, Foot, and Akanji and John Stones won't be available for Man City. While it remains to see that Oscar Bob, whether he'll be back. I think he will be. I saw him in training. He looked okay. Whether he'll be on the bench, hopefully he will. Cruising out for Ruben Diaz, Josco Sadio, I'll expect to start, and in my starting lineup. Rico Lewis, left back, or stick with Nathan Nunes. I'm still going for Nunes. I don't know about you guys. I'm still going for Nunes. Uh, I think you need they got fast wingers, and I think Nunes will be better for that. Phil Foden. I think we should drop Phil Foden. What's it called? Oh my man, we should definitely got to come in. I put Kevin De Bruyne in my starting lineup. I've got Doku, back four with what we had with five with Eddie, and then I've got Doku, and then I've got Foden. I've got Nico Gonzalez and Savinio, and then I've got Mamouche, and then Haaland at the front. So that's where I'm going for. Yeah, what's it called? I think you got to start Mamouche. For instance, what's the point of buying him if you don't have him? Kevin De Bruyne. I think De Bruyne for. I think he looked tried to do something against Forest. So for instance, I think he'll. We need a playmaker. We need somebody to knock balls in through the centre, for instance. And I think he'll be a good game for him. So yeah. So I'll have Kevin De Bruyne. I was going to think about Kovacic, but I thought no, we need to go. We need to get the point. We need to win this game. As far as Brighton, Fede Kajuju has got a toe injury. Igor Julio thigh injury. James Milner hamstring. Jason Steele shoulder. Shoulder all remains sidelined. While Lewis Dunk rib and Joey Veltman knock and Nick O'Reilly knee are closing in on return. Lewis Dunk, oh yeah, I know you very well. Tyree Lampy is available to return, although after severe serving a one-match bench suspension last weekend, as he continues to start on the right back, which could allow Jack Kingstonwood to move into central midfielder to partner Carlos Babea and Yassin Ali. Danny Welbeck, who has never scored at a Premier League goal against Manchester City in 20 against. Let's just hope it continues. Will be pushing for a recall, but Hursley may decide to stick with Jorginho Rutter in behind Josko Pedro, who has scored in the last in each of the last three matches. So they're going for Verbruggen in goal, Lamptey, Van Hecker, Webster, Stupinio, Hinterwood, Babella, Minty, Rutte, Matomo, and Pedro. They got some damn decent players in for Brighton. They do scare me. They really do. They've done amazing since they lost 7-0 uh, against not Forest, and they've won every game. I see the reactions from the fans, and they're pretty what's it called, buoyed up about the team. They feel they're quite invincible now. They're only 1 point. Well, they're just behind us, for instance, in the table. So it's a massive, important game for Man City. If we're interested, we cannot go into the international break because we've got Bournemouth at the end of the day. Let's go in the FA Cup. So we need to win this game. We need to win it. We need to get something out of this game. So we need to. 3 points is a must, absolute must. Yeah. So we lost nine straight in this so far. I'm going to do another review tomorrow. What's it called when Pep? I have Pep speaking because again, I want to hear what's going on. But it's a massive. They are such a difficult team to play against. Again, so for instance, they're in all competitions. They won every single game. In their Premier League form, they lost two, but won the last four. Man City are lost one. So for instance, so hopefully we'll win. So that's our lovely season. So for instance, but it's going to be a difficult in a game, really is. And fast attacking, they are. It's yeah, they do scare me, for instance. But I do believe, for instance, what's it called, that if for instance we can get an early goal, I'm going for a 3-1 victory for Manchester City. What a shock! For instance, I don't think we can keep a clean sheet. But I do believe, for instance, that we're playing at home, got a very good record against Brighton, which means nothing. But I do believe, for instance, we can actually do something with it, and get the points. And I just pray that we will. It's a 3 p.m. kickoff in the UK, 10 p.m. kickoff in Thailand. So there you go. So okay, now onto the ladies. Again, they got a massive game against Chelsea tomorrow. I've listened to Nick Cushing, who's just had a chat, who's had his just press conference, which was nice. For instance, he was talking about, for instance, his introduction back into City. Appears that he only got told last week about the fact that would he like to take the job, to which of course he did. He's been getting a lot of people welcoming him back, City players welcoming him back, which is excellent. For instance, yeah. So he was, but he seems quite positive. He's been keeping up with the game while he was been in New York, because he was at New York City. For instance, he was. I'm really happy to see him back, etc. Nick Cushing, and the girls seem to the positiveness from the ladies, for instance, really happy. Alex Greenwood, for instance, she had did an interview because he was the captain. Unfortunately, she won't be in tomorrow. She'll be out tomorrow with Lauren Hemp. I do believe we've got another injury as well. For instance, I think we've got 3 ladies out, but everyone else is playing. For instance, she's. So for instance, but she was saying how the squad's taking it, but it appears that there's everybody's come together and they all seem quite happy. So I'm very looking forward to the game. So for instance, and I think I think we can do it against Chelsea. Chelsea are going to be very difficult. I've seen Chelsea City a few times. I'm not that massively impressed by Chelsea. If you ask me, for instance, they're a good team. I can't say anything more than that. They are a very good team, but I'm not that, for instance, overly. I don't think there's a massive difference between City and Chelsea. Put it that way. I think, for instance, they've got the ability to score. They've got the ability to. They've got the ability to score. They've got the ability to cause City problems, of course. But I don't think, for instance, they are, for instance, a team which, for instance, Manchester City should be afraid enough to score. For instance, Bunny's back in short, back scoring again. She seems quite happy with everything. Um, yeah, so for instance, and yeah, so I'm really looking forward to the game tomorrow. I've just sent a thumbs up to the ladies, for instance, a video to the ladies to say, welcome, hope you do it, for us. I'll be cheering her on. I'll be watching the game, and yeah, so I saw the girls in training. They all look happy. So, but finding more information about the ladies and what the proposed starting lineup would be. It's as I said, like for instance, yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. So I'll get more information for what I think the starting lineup tomorrow. For instance, I'll do a video tomorrow morning. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to the to watching watching the ladies, and yeah, just yeah. Sorry, I can't tell you anything more. I'm still learning about the ladies tattoo. And I'm just going to get to know more about them and the ladies in the team. I can say the men's team straight off on my head without thinking. The ladies team I'm still picking up as I'm watching the ladies, but I just want to wish them well tomorrow, for instance. And I'll just be doing another video of where I'll get more information about what my predicted starting lineup would be, for instance, prior to the game tomorrow morning. For instance, while you guys are probably snoring in bed and you're having a lay off after you're working hard, probably. And so, okay. But I'm going to leave it at that. So, like and subscribe. Tell me what you're thinking. Are you looking forward to? Are you watching both games? Do you care about the men's and the ladies team? Do you, like me, for instance, think we should give credit to credence to the ladies? They've got 4 hard games against Chelsea coming up. It's going to be the keys and decider, because we've got them in the League Cup, and we've got them in the Champions League, and then we've got them in the league as well. So 4 games in 12 days against Chelsea. So and I think we can do it. We can win at least 2, definitely. So for instance, and at least 2. I'm going for all 4. Come on, ladies. And but yeah, like, subscribe. Tell me what you're thinking. What's on your mind? For instance, were you watching both games? And what's your score predictions? I'm going for 3-1 for the men against Brighton, and I'm going for a 2-1 win for the ladies against Chelsea. Okay, so True Blue Tie. Sorry for the late video. So I've also got to get more information tomorrow. Put out some videos tomorrow about the men's and the ladies. And so, for instance, I'm looking forward. It's going to be a busy weekend. Okay, so sorry, cat from Thailand. Have a good weekend. Hopefully it'll stop raining. So here in Thailand, it's just weird. It really messes you up. You forget how much. For instance, because we're so used to the dry weather, you're used to going out in the dry weather all the time. When it rains, for instance, it's like, yeah, it's messed up. Oh God, the washing's out. I can't do the leaves. I went to cancel a trip to the market yesterday because it was raining. Yeah, so for instance, because the traffic's crazy in Thailand as it is. And when it rains, it's 10 times worse. Anyway, so like and subscribe. Tell me what you're thinking. Big weekend for both ladies and the men's. Cheer them both on if you can. Okay, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Sorry, cat from Thailand.